Rakdos has returned. I truly appreciate you checking out my Iratus Let's Play video. If you found the video entertaining or helpful, please leave a like or a comment letting me know so. Do you happen to need all of my videos in your life? Then subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell. Now let us rock in today's episode. It is time. It is time. We are going to be starting our Good Always Wins playthrough today, and we should be going for quite some time, and I'll do the editing, chop up the episodes. This is going to be incredibly difficult, and I do have a few points of order right off the bat here with this run, this playthrough. Show me Iratus' beautiful face. There he is. Iratus, Lord of Redemption. So, I expect this to be incredibly difficult for a couple reasons. Even though I know the enemy's movesets right now, I don't know their damage values. It seems like they're going to be hitting a lot harder, have a lot more dodge, a lot more crit rate. Those factors I didn't exactly account for in the last run, and any bad RNG is going to be magnified in this playthrough with all of the handicaps that it starts you with. We are going to be analyzing everything very methodically. At the end of the last playthrough, we kind of were rushing through things because we just knew how strong we were. We're going to dial it back to ultra methodical, essentially, analyzing all of our moves. And the last thing is I fully expect to lose. I don't actually think that I'm going to just dominate it like we did the medium difficulty playthrough. That just means that I need to learn more, improve more, and then the game has that much more longevity for me, essentially. But now that that is out of the way, let us build our first team. So I've been doing a lot of thinking on the first team, and it is just going to have to be... I'm so pumped for this. The Shade. Oh man, I kind of want to wait between making each of them so he says something each time, because I love his specific lines for each unit. But the Mummy, the Wraith, and finally the Dark Knight. I decided to use in our starting team 4 units that we have not used in the final playthrough at all. Part of me didn't want to do this because I didn't really want to spoil what everyone could do right off the bat, and you'll see that in our second team. But this team I found has some pretty good synergy through some theory crafting and some testing, and I really think that they're going to be strong. The other thing to note is that it takes a while for their synergies to get off the ground. They need to hit at least level 3 to start getting their major upgrades. And these major upgrades are so pivotal that some of them change how the unit functions entirely. So our team will only start to really be strong once we have gotten some levels under our belt. So in my opinion, the early game is going to be the hardest here. If we can make it through floor 1 without losing anybody, we should be good. We don't start with any artifacts at all, and too few Digger Souls to even build anything. And the medium difficulty, we start off with enough Digger Souls to at least build something. So we pretty much just have the Mortuary unlock and 1 talent. So this, I've been thinking a lot about what will help us the most. And in medium difficulty, I had the luxury to go for value things like this, where I can start getting even more parts from the very beginning. But I'm worried about winning fights. I need to win fights. I need to win them decisively. So in this playthrough, I'm going to level up Iratus more towards his actual spells, doing physical things, doing magical things on the battlefield, and less on the passives right off the bat. So that being said, we are going to get Hail of Teeth with our first talent. Dealing 8 to 18 physical damage 2 times is very, very powerful and can help us kill enemy humans before they can hurt us. And that is pretty much it. Alright, I read through these before. They haven't changed, so I will just let you guys do a brief skim over. And we are going to be bringing in, for the first time, the Cursed Kings. Let's do it. Alright. So, we're going to have to get used to the fact that we're not incredibly fast. And we don't have things like the war drums to help us go first. So the enemies being able to deal tons of damage to us before we can respond is a huge concern of this run. We are not going to be doing physical damage just yet to this guy, so I don't need to remove the block. We're going to be using Hail of Teeth. See, that's pretty good damage, around 25%. That's good. So, I am going to do a unit ability walkthrough. It's been so long. Alright, so, Mr. Shade here. All of them have no names. I don't think of the names. The names they have to earn through their trials. But if you guys think of any names, as always, please suggest them in the comments. Alright, so the Shade has Pain Reflection. It's a stance. Got to be in the middle 2 spaces to use it. When he's in the stance, anytime my units take damage, he counterattacks the unit that dealt the damage for exactly as much as the damage that we took, 100%. Trick of the Eye, the Shade and one of my minions switch places. Both of them gain 30 evasion for 1 action. It does not trigger movement-based abilities, so what I think that means is like traps and things like that don't trigger with Trick of the Eye. Dark Portal, he just recovers 12 mana. This is going to be very important. The reason why I want to go a lot of physical spells is because I plan on spamming spells every turn, and if it gets near the end of the fight and there's only 1 or 2 enemies left, I can spam Dark Portal and try to get my mana back, because in this mode we don't recover mana between fights. So this was kind of like a failsafe. Black Light, my favorite move on the Shade. They lose 30 accuracy for 2 turns and he moves them 1 position forward. We will explain the rest of the moves as we use them. We're going to just use Black Light here to get rid of the stance and to reduce the accuracy. Well, no more stance for you. Luckily, our second line unit has 2 blocks and 2 wards right off the bat. Next, we have the Dark Knight. Same thing, we're going to explain the first 4 moves. The last 2 are kind of situational. Alright, so we have the Heartless Strike, 60% damage, so not much damage, but he gets additional damage equal to 40% of the sum of his armor and resistance. So, as you can see, he has 7 armor and 7 resistance. I think he has the most armor and resistance off the bat of any unit, so this can end up hitting pretty hard if you stack that. Hollow Stare, stress move, so he's a mixed attacker. Deals tons of stress, deals even more stress for each buff or debuff on the target. Very similar to how in the last run we were using the Blood Phantasm and the Ghoul to do damage based on buffs and debuffs. Dark Tithe, this removes all debuffs from the Dark Knight and heals 6 mana and gives you 6 wrath. That's also super good with our spamming powerful spells. And then Feudal Hopes, he goes into a stance. Anytime the enemy gets a buff, he deals them damage as a counterattack for receiving that buff. So here, we've already started whittling this guy down a little bit, so we're going to continue. Oop, miss, not great accuracy. Death comes for everyone. I don't know about that. And then we have the Mummy. Cursing Touch, only available in the front 2. 75% stress damage, and curses them to take stress damage over time. 75% over 2 turns. Really good move, Clinging Wraps. Deals tons of physical damage and makes them lose luck for 2 turns. Luck in this game is really interesting. As you can see, my Mummy has 20% luck. That's 20% chance to crit. The opponent has 12 luck. They have 12% chance to crit. Luck can go negative. If the enemy has negative luck, it increases your luck, proportional to how much negative they have. So them having negative luck not only removes their chance to crit you, but it also allows you to crit them more likely. Impending Horror, stress attack, deals damage and moves the Mummy forward to 2 units. Absorb Curses, removes all debuffs from allies and heals the Mummy. So this team does not have as much sustain as the counterattack team at all. Maybe even the Misfits had more sustain than this. but it has a little bit of things they can do. And the Hex Beam hits all enemies 75% stress damage, curses them for 1 turn to take another 25% stress damage. We are going to Focus Fire, try to get this guy gone. Not great luck. And finally, the Wraith to round out the Cursed King's team. Cold Grasp, pretty good magic damage. They can't move during their next turn. Necrotic Wind, super powerful stress attack damage, and removes all buffs from the target. As we know, that can be very good. And they lose all initiative for 1 turn, also very good. Ghostly Fire, my bread and butter move for the Wraith. It's going to be doing 30% stress damage to the enemy and the enemy behind it, and cursing them for 2 turns, dealing even more stress damage. Evolve, this is a buff for the Wraith that gives them a ton of dread till the end of the battle, really good. Ghostly Veil, I can create a trap on my side of the field for 2 turns. Any unit in the trap gets extra evasion. So this team can become very evasive as well. And they all have features. The Dark Knight cannot be critically hit. Any enemy that successfully attacks the Mummy gets -20 luck, and that can stack. Super, super good. And for the Shade, Shade has a super cool feature. Anytime they attack the Shade and they miss, the Shade counterattacks them for magical damage. So with the evasion he can provide, you can end up doing some pretty interesting damage. This team's concept is that the damage comes from all sources in all ways. It's super effective at dealing stress, physical damage, magical damage. I want a team that really can't be locked out of any particular situation. So it's really sad we missed the last 2 moves, because he would be close to dead by now. But we are going to have to... Should we switch gears and start doing the stress here? I think we have to. There we go. Yep, just keep doing your stance, buddy. I would very much like you to keep doing that. We are going to... For you... Actually, I'm just going to bite you. You're real close to dead.
There's no sun up in the sky.
And he still has minus accuracy. So what I am going to do is use Trick of the Eye here, I think. Switch him out. Give him a ton of evasion. Yep, evasion paid off. Gets counterattacked because he missed. No counterattack because that did still hit. And then can we finish this guy off? Actually, I think the Mummy can finish him off. Would be a little risky to leave it to the Mummy though. Let's see. How much damage does this say? The 16 to 20? Yeah, not quite enough to kill. Yep. Death does come for everyone, as we learned in the last campaign at the end there, which was super cool. Now what we want to do is use Ghostly Veil here and give this spot extra evasion. And we'll kill. Nice. Looks like he would have killed anyway, but we could not have known that. Alright, and we're going to do some stress here. So this is going to do lots of stress, and then a little bit more because he has a debuff on it. We are going to get rid of your blocks.
There's no sun up in the sky. Bony weather incoming.
He's going to say bony weather incoming a lot. So what we're going to do now is use Trick of the Eye and swap here. No, that's okay. Maybe Pain Reflection, do a little bit more damage. They haven't gone yet. Yeah, let's Pain Reflection, just in case. 2 damage, you take 2 damage. Nope, that little mist helped save me there. And here, we are going to keep up the stress damage. Got it. We need to do just a little bit of physical damage to this guy, but we are going to continue to stress him out a ton. Huge stress. First insanity, he gets weakness. That's really good. All right, pain, what's this move called? Pain reflection hits. All right, we do want to heal up the Dark Knight before the battle ends. So what we're gonna do is, oh, we can't restore mana from here. That's okay. We are going to attack him a little bit. And then we are going to Gloom Claws. This is such a cool move. It deals damage based on the amount of stress that the enemy has lost. So this is another failsafe for the team. If I can reduce somebody's stress down very low, but for some reason they're not dying, I can kill them with Gloom Claws. Lots of damage. Alright, so this guy should be able to be killed. And are we going to Ghostly Veil here? No, I don't think so. We're going to Necrotic Wind this guy. Set him up for a really strong Gloom Claws. Huge debuff. Alright, and this is what I was talking about healing the Dark Knight here. Dark Knight has a super cool Wrath ability. It automatically deals 12 Vigor damage to all enemies, and he heals that much. So the damage can't be mitigated by any kind of resistance. Just 12. And then, unfortunately, the mummy is not in the back. It is kind of unfortunate that he is not in the back, because he could kill this guy. This guy's going to get one more hit off. Shouldn't be the end of the world. We're going to keep racking up the stress on this guy.
Rot their flesh and their soul.
Nothing. Armor absorb. Perfect. Could not have been better. So what we're going to do now, since we're going to trust the Gloom Claws to kill, we're going to restore Wrath and mana. Yeah. We are going to Gloom Claws this guy, because he is at no sanity.
Become part of the breathless tide.
That's what the Gloom Claws do. And do we try to milk mana is a question that we can have now. So I think we do, because this guy can at max only do 8 to 10 outside of a crit, and we still have, well, I was going to say we still have units with a block, but he's all the way back there. Yeah, I think we're just going to do some stress damage here, and we try to milk the mana. I am going to treat every fight like it is the hardest fight. I'm going to try my very hardest throughout this Good Always Wins playthrough. It's my first time doing this difficulty, and I don't exactly know what to expect, but I am going to go all out. So Shade will get to move pretty soon, so we are just going to put up a Ghostly... Ooh, if we put up the Ghostly Veil, then he can miss and die to the counterattack. Yeah, I'm okay with him hitting, I think. We'll just use Evolution here. He could die to the stress. He did. Perfect. Good target. Now we get even more mana. Remember, we can't heal mana out of combat. I would not be doing this normally, but we cannot heal mana out of combat. So we just gained...
A predictable outcome.
What, like 18 mana that we would have not normally had, so that's almost like 1.5 bone teeth. And as you can see, the rewards are pathetic. All we got was 1 regular ectoplasm and 1 regular rags. But now we have enough Digger Souls to build something. Now let's talk about the logistics of this, because this is... I was thinking about this all yesterday. What building is actually the best in Good Always Wins? So immediately what comes to mind is stuff that helps you in combat, because you need to be winning the fights as handedly as possible. But with these pathetic amount of Digger Souls that we're getting each fight, what I realized is that we really need at least a couple in all of these, and their very first upgrade is very cheap. So what I plan to do is upgrade everything to its first level, and then move on to upgrading everything to its second level, so that we can actually have certain bonuses. Like the Iratus statue gives 6 mana after each fight. As of right now, we're at 0 mana regeneration. We need at least 1 in that. You know, we need at least 1 minion with a chance finding parts at least one minion in here giving us 10 wrath. So the very first thing, because we definitely need as many Digger Souls as possible for this, as soon as possible, is actually going to be the obelisk. This building we didn't build until the 4th floor of the last game, and we only built one unit into it because I just didn't see the true need for the Digger Souls. They were so readily available, and I was able to fill out the graveyard relatively quickly with everything that I needed. This time we're going to do things polar opposite. I'm going to put stuff into the obelisk as soon as possible so that I can quickly and more easily unlock everything here. This is going to take about 7 fights for me to have these Digger Souls be refunded to me, and then start netting me Digger Souls. But as you can see, we just got 8 at the end of that last thing. So just this one unit is going to double the amount of Digger Souls we get per fight.
An unassuming creation. Perhaps the warnings were just superstitions.
I love that. The warnings were superstitions. We have the Cursed Kings.
My continued campaign certainly provides it with no shortage of spirits to harvest.
I forgot he said something when you build each building for the first time. Sorry I interrupted you, almighty Lord Iratus. And still yet no artifacts to bring in, so we're roughing it big time. Okay, so I really like getting something like Sorrow early. I really like getting plus 12 accuracy early for our minions so that we win fights. We already have a spell to be using. War Drums is also phenomenal, getting 2 additional initiative, especially near the end turns, when we have a lot of wrath and we have very few enemies. Having high initiative means that we can easily milk the mana. We can go first, not have to worry about them going, use our mana gaining abilities, kill. So there's a lot of priorities that we have here. But which one is super important now? So we already have a damage spell. We already have a damage spell on lockdown. Let's go for some passives here. I think rushing advanced ballistics is going to cause us to not miss so many hits that it will actually save us a lot of HP in a weird way. So we're going to rush that.
It will be a messy slaughter.
Cool. All of our units leveled up. They're not doing that weird experience thing. Last time my units were leveling up at different levels. It was weird. Maybe that'll happen again. Okay, so what do we need with you? Your base life is pretty low. You just have very high mitigation. So I think increasing your life will increase your longevity. Ooh, 2 initiative though. 2 initiative for 2. That's just huge. I need that. That's even better. Alright, do you have initiative? You do. Easy pick. Do you have initiative? You do. It's not as great as a trade-off. Okay, yeah. You're not meant to be fast, it seems. That's okay. We'll give you some dread. We're going to be using your dread moves. And 2 for 2. Cool. That's... Oh, man, just getting that 2 initiative across the board is going to help us out so much. Okay, the path. So, path talk. What I realized is that in a lot of these paths, not this one though. Oh wow, this is more randomly generated than I thought. But this is a good example up here. If I'm heading along one side and I get to here and come to this intersection, I should always head left because heading up will just... So essentially, what I'm saying is you should zigzag. I should come over here, come up, come up, come up. And instead of increasing my progress up, which will lose me fights, I should always cut across and get the fights along the side and then head up. Because if you look from here, it's 1, 2, 3, 4 to this tier up here. And from here, it is 1, 2, 3, 4 as well. So if I were heading along like the left-hand side and just continued from this fight up here to this fight, I'm robbing myself of 3 extra encounters. Not every map is this easy to just like snake from the left to the right. Man, this is huge. Holy crap, I do not remember the floor being that long. More fights for me though. That is awesome. I like how it looks too. It's very symmetrical. I enjoy the symmetry. Cool. So now that that is out of the way, what I think we do, we can hit do 1, come over here. Think we can go over there. 2. Head up here. 3. Get some digger souls. We're going to be prioritizing these as well. We're going to come up through here and get 4. Come up through here, get 5 steals. Come up through here and get 6 steals. Is that real life? Can we really do that? That's really good. We're going to also get a chest containing mythical artifacts. So another thing you might have noticed is we didn't build a second team. Like I said, was really, really good to do in the beginning of the last one. The reason why is because I feel like here we aren't just going to be able to use one team for one thing and one team for another, because we are going to have units that end the fight hurt. They don't heal out of combat anymore, and I don't like to take hurt units into fights. So what that means is that this Cursed Kings team needs to be able to be swapped and swapped with another team part by part and still have it work. So I need to make 2 teams that do everything instead of one team that just drives people insane and one team that just deals damage. That's my rationale. Let's go. Our first artifact. What do we got? For each escaped enemy, Iratus gains plus 25 experience. That's interesting.
An enchanted map like this is pretty handy.
That's Iratus' way of saying I'm talking too much. So the Banshee unit actually causes enemies to run away. And I think this would be pretty interesting if I made a whole team based around making people run away here in the beginning. I'm thinking about these artifacts like from the beginning. You know, these are my starting artifacts, so they're going to mold my playthrough a little bit. So that's something. This is super basic. 2 attack, 2 dread. It's not good, it's not bad. For each enemy killed in battle, Iratus gains 3% experience from the current level. So this is guaranteed experience. This is guaranteed 12% experience for Iratus every single time. Granted, this would be 100% experience if we could make everybody run. Or even if we made one person run, we would gain more than this. It's tough. I don't think we want to pivot our playthrough around making people run away. I don't think that that's going to serve us well in a good always wins difficulty setting.
A dark collecting.
But it is always good to try to see where everything's useful. We continue forward. Yeah, you and your initiative. Okay, we bite you.
There's no sun up in
and we start the insanity train. Guys, you need to not miss. We are going to wreck somebody's accuracy here. It's going to be this guy because he goes next. Nope, looks like it's not. See what I mean about that 12 accuracy? I just skipped 2 turns. That's the reality of what just happened. Very, very strong. Best thing the Dark Knight can do right now is make this guy lose sanity. Perfect. We get another chance to rectify our huge mistake. We're just going to get you out of that stance. We're going to do everything we can. Yeah, nah. I cannot let that happen. Sinister Strike does a lot of damage. Pretty fine with that. My units can move around pretty easily. Hollow Stare again. You do have a debuff. You do as well, though. You're taking stress already. I like that this move can hit the first 3 slots. Huge damage. Your spells can crit as well, by the way. So the Mummy giving them negative luck is awesome because it gives your spells a chance to crit. 3 turns totally skipped. We are going to kill this guy.
Ashes to ashes. Dust.
Cool, we got an Insanity. Panic, that's a pretty good one. Uh-huh. Gains a little evasion, but that should be okay. We're going to... Finally. Sweet, got a block. These fights are going very well, I would say. More stress. Yeah, let's get the stress piled on so that we can really easily kill You still have debuffs. Even with all of our mana regeneration in our team, I still think we don't just spam our spells every turn, much as we want to. But if I do this spell, then I can guarantee kill this guy. So I just changed my mind. Yeah. So this dude's just dead. Oh, by the way, Gloom Claws cannot miss. So this is an incredibly valid tactic, even with low accuracy. Dead. Now that we have just one easy fool, what we're going to do is just drive him crazy, set up for the Gloom Claws kill, and restore our mana. Do you need to be in any specific spot to heal mana? You do, you gotta be there. Okay. Perfect. Alright, let's cheese it out a little. I tried to Dark Portal my mummy. Yep. Wonder if this fight will take our guys to level 3. Probably not, but oh man, I really hope so. Get that crit chance away. Wow, you have 30% chance to crit even with this negative luck? That is pretty nuts, actually. Boost it back up. I think a Gloom Claws will kill from this range. I'm gonna do one more Dark Portal. Well, that was bound to happen at some point. He gets another turn? Oh, I guess it's just how the initiatives worked out. So what we're going to do is use Absorb Curses and free this guy, right? Yeah. Remove your debuff. Super cool, you can do that. More mana. I'll kill you with somebody else. I can kill you with the Wraith. Yeah. More mana. Dead. Sweet. We've been spamming our spells and still have 87 mana left. That level 3 brain is such a good thing to see. But yeah, as you can see, 7 Digger Souls. Like, not a lot. We have to prioritize the Digger Soul building. We got 3. We low rolled, but that's okay. Okay, so as you can see, you know, we have some pain in our units. Not a great way to heal them. So what I would do now is make a unit that can fill this guy's slot that's not a Wraith, that can still kind of do similar things. We did not get an artifact. What's our next spot? Just another fight. Okay. We did not level up, so truly nothing to do except roll into the next fight. Do we switch out the Wraith is the only question. And if so, who would we switch the Wraith out for? Dampier could do Wraith-like things. She's going to be using a stress move every turn. You know who actually is pretty Wraith-like? The zombie. If you take the smoke bomb, he deals stress damage to 2 enemies. They get cursed for 3 freaking turns. That's a long curse. They take 50% stress each turn. So this thing does 175% of their stress damage over 3 turns. And that's not all. They also lose luck, lose accuracy, and lose evasion during that time. Like, what? That's a super good stress move. And the zombie also can do all kinds of different damage, as we well know, right? As we know a little bit about. So, only problem is he won't get this until level 3. Do we brain him? Do we brain him? This is a huge moment in our progression. In our very first playthrough, as soon as we got a level 3 brain, we gave it to our Lich, and we named him Brain Boy. I think it's only fitting I think it only makes sense thematically. There's a problem with this. There's a problem with this. Here's the problem. I did have plans for a second team, and the zombie was a part of that. So we would be using 2 zombies, because the zombie that I wanted to use in the second team uses igniting mixture for its fire explosive. So I would not be able to use the same zombie. These are the dilemmas that I knew I would be faced with. Well, how about the Headhunter? We know the Headhunter can do some great sanity damage with Sensum, but we really haven't got to see the Headhunter do his thing when it comes to dealing damage. And the Headhunter deals some serious damage. Only problem with the Headhunter is they have very low accuracy, and just a problem all around. Oh my goodness, we could use a position 3 Banshee. We should use a position 3 Banshee. Okay, I'm sold. Easy peasy.
Am I in the mood for terror or lethality today?
Get ready for something cool. What we're going to do is... Should we use the brain here? Yeah, we should use the brain. Because the brains become obsolete very quickly if you do not use them. So it's just best to use them. Okay. So the Banshee can also drain mana. Ooh. This should be good. Alright, Banshee, level 3 brain. And then the main move we're going to be using, the move that we couldn't use the whole time when we were using the Scare Squad, is Soprano. Hits every enemy, does pretty dang good stress damage, and makes them lose 6 attack. 6 attack is a lot of attack. That Hunky only had 8 to 10. If enemies are doing multi-hits, then their attack is normally lower anyway. Having low attack plus high resistance units means that often we don't take any damage. And I can boost it to 8, or I can make them lose tons of extra evasion. This team does have a bit of problem hitting. 12 extra evasion is just flat out more powerful than just 2 extra attack, just in sheer numbers wise. Because it's kind of already doing the attack thing. The -2 extra attack is kind of negligible. But 12% chance to hit for your whole team, that's pretty much always good. I thought I was going this way, but we're going to go this way.
Serve me well, my minion.
And then we're going to put the mummy here. We're going to put you here. We're going to put you here. And we are going to throw you into our only mortuary spot. Let's give you some stats. No initiative to speak of. Okay. You, little lady, do need to be hitting no matter what. You absolutely need to be hitting. So 1 for 3 is really good. Another 1 for 3. Yeah, and then let's give her some dread. Another 1 for 3? It's pretty good. So dread, and then yeah, more accuracy. You need to hit. You need to land that move. We didn't get any artifacts. This is our team now. Now we are no longer cursed kings, but we are just simply cursed royalty. Right? She could have been like a princess or a duchess that had a tragic end. Okay, our first 4-unit fight. Alright, good always wins. Let's put you to the test. Ouch. Okay, you get minus luck for doing that. What we're going to do, since you have a debuff already, we're going to get rid of your blocks. Yeah. Get rid of your blocks. Nope, we're going to wait. we're actually going to wait. Because I'm about to put tons of debuffs on these units, and this does way more stress damage for each debuff. So I'm going to do that at the end. Don't mess with me. Do you need to be moved forward? Gives me another debuff. Is that even worth it though? We'll do this. It's pretty weak. It only does 50% stress damage to 2 targets. This does 75 to 2 targets. It would give me an additional 4 damage on the Dark Knight though. We'll do it. What's this called? Accelerando? Accelerando? Scream at him. Nice. Don't do so much when you only have one. When you only have what was his attack? Next to nothing. Okay, so what we're gonna do now? We have a couple different options with the shade here. We could lower accuracy on this guy so that we hit harder with our stare, but I don't think that's what we do. Of all of these units, guess who has the best Wrath ability? Definitely the Shade. Shade's Wrath ability is so silly. Check this out. I think this is a good place to use it. Look at that. It puts down a trap, and it deals damage just like a trap does. Anybody who ends their turn there takes the damage. The damage is not a fixed damage. It is equal to 30% or 8% for bosses of their current vigor. So it cannot kill, but what it's amazing at is being used on turn 1, and enemies will just be shifting around, and they will be taking 30% of their life, regardless of any mitigation, just every single time they switch around. And this also lets most of my other units just focus on dealing stress, and then using the Gloom Claws. So we're going to try to kill you. See, much more damage. Dang, I wish you would have did that to a different unit. We are going to... Can't move anybody. Since he's already taken that hit, we do want to just focus him down. There we go. Switch to damage, maybe? No, because I've already done so much damage to his sanity. Will Gloom Claws kill from there? Probably. Let's work on your sanity now. Move yourself. Darn. 1 damage. Super powerful. Okay, that's an accuracy debuff. We can get rid of that. We can use Absorb Curses, and that'll even heal up the mummy a little bit, which is really nice. Yeah, minus 30 accuracy. We can't have that. We can't have that. And then we just keep screaming at them. Just keep screaming at them. Okay. Gloom Claws. Yeah. Get that kill. Now whip this guy. Darn. Not much the Banshee can do to ever heal herself, unfortunately. Gloom Claws will kill here. Could heal him up a little, but not much. The target of this move needs to be the person that I Gloom Claws, and I actually think that it is this dude, because he's just a little bit more scary. We will attack you.
Don't know why.
See, I got that
There's
crit
no
because he had
sun
minus
up in the
luck.
sky, bony weather
So
incoming.
close. Dang it. Okay, so we kill him. Just straight kill. We don't really have any good area, but actually that's not true. We can kill, excuse me, we can kill him with the Dark Knight. The Dark Knight goes before he does. Let's do this.
Your frail bodies fail you.
Cool. That's just more healing for the mummy. We are just going to keep screaming at them. Crit debuff. Trying to escape. He's going to get away too, because there's absolutely nothing that I can do to kill him. So let's just kill these guys and be done with it. Is there any mana we can restore? Does the Banshee get to go before the fight's over? No. Let's leave him alive. The only person we're going to have to kill is him. Banshee's going to restore our mana. So we're just going to kill him. Oh, that was a bad move. Dang it. Do some more sanity damage. Alright. Whale. Oh, no, not whale. Which one is it? Where's the mana drain? Absorb fear. Here we go. Heal back your sanity and restore our mana by a ton. Any of this collateral damage is fine at this point. All of our units are hurt. This fight did not go as well as the others, that's for sure, but we did what we could. Do you run away at the beginning of your turn? I hope so. Get out of here. Alright, we do have a couple units. We can gain a little bit more mana. And get to kill now. Ouch.
Mop up the gore. I'd hate to see plants using it as fertilizer.
Our second artifact has to be something that we already have a slot for. So that'll be pretty useless for us, unfortunately. Thank you guys for joining me. I hope you enjoy the rest of your day. And as always, peace, peace.